welcome back to another Pathfinder, Wrath of the Righteous, and we literally just found out that we were made, which we already kind of suspected, right? Rilu made us. We're a key to closing the world wound, and apparently on behest of the Lady of Shadow, or rather Our Lady of Shadow, Lady Nocticula. I'm finding this all a little bit sus. Now, Lady Nocticula, she has told us that she wants us to do, well, basically go murder Hepsimara, the demon Hepsimara, which we will do. You know, I have no qualms of not doing that. However, I have a few things left in Al-Shanara that I would like to take care of. I would like to go and see about doing the quests for our grumpy assassin. So I'm almost sure Soko Benoff told us to do something here as well, but I can't remember what it was. What did he say? He asked us to do. Soko Benoff knows he's not welcome to the Council Demon, so if the council members wish to understand what can be done well, it would be wise for them to consult the notes made by the architect Arilu in a document known as the Lexicon of Paradox, and by fortunate coincidence, the great spellcaster lives here in Al-Shanar, but acquiring her belongings may prove difficult since she resides in... So, it was in her room, but we took a nosy in her room and didn't find anything, or if we did, I wasn't paying too much attention. Okay, there it is. Yoink! Will I bring it to him, or will I keep it? Who knows? What would have been really, really handy here is if she'd give me a coin to get back and forth. Mind you, I don't rightly know if there is one. So I want to go to the Rapture of Rapture. With the Wicked. Alright, yes, we're now waiting to see what happens here, aren't we? Well, maybe... we'll need to speak to Ember. So, conversation with Greybor. We spoke to Greybor. This is what I want to do. I think. Yes, the assassin Greybor discovered that the individual responsible for damaging his reputation has been close this whole time. Is there any obstacle formidable enough to keep him and his comrades away from the path of vengeance? Anything that would prevent him from restoring his so-called good name? So, rumors are currency, and anyone who wishes to become rich must handle them. I'd like to itch his nose again. The assassin Greybor is an old hand at the rumor mill. He has obtained information that a certain individual, okay, the dwarf has his own school cell with the villainous demons. The demon's mansion is in the upper city called the House of Wicked Knowledge. Have we even come across the House of Wicked Knowledge? No, but we have found the Palace of Incest and Degeneracy. We will need to go back to the Nexus. It's a real pity that there isn't like a portal here. You would think Nocticula would have given me like all the portals. Mind you. Okay. Where am I heading? Let's head here. I don't want to go... That's where I want to go. I want to go to that portal there. great if we had a coin back, though. I don't think... Walking on corpses. Okay. I don't think we're going to get back here. So I'm here to pick up and put back, should say, Greybor and put Ember back. Because I love Ember. I do, but I just don't know if I could play... I may have to. Like I said, I'm this close and dropping. You glimpse a vague shadow behind a girl's back. You look closer, but it disappears, as if it was never there. You've talked to Nocticula. What can you say about her now? She was laughing so loudly. But you know, I think it was just so she didn't cry. She has so many servants, but not a single friend. So many lovers, but no one to love. So much power, and she uses it all to hurt herself. I hope she can change her life. It will be so sad if she has to live like that forever. I noticed a shadow behind you. Yes, I saw them too. They come and go, but don't do anything bad. I don't even think they're scary. Okay, you've got shadow people following you, Ember. Also go. Bye. Cheerio. Have we spoken to Soizel since... Soizel was holding a brush and labouring over a painting. He is clearly dissatisfied with the results of it. He tucks and tears the paper into pieces. You notice a knight wearing black armour. He stands straight and tall with resolution etched on his stern, scarred face. I am sorry for your loss. Thank you. Soizel sighs heavily. He really was a hero. He fought the enemy until the end, but what does he leave behind? I remember what we were like as children, and, you know, I think it is wrong to teach children that they should grow up to be heroes. Thank you for talking to me. My pleasure. Alright, Greybor, come on. We've got to level you up as well while we're here. Doop, doop. No, I can't do any dupes. No more dupes. Doop. Doop. And doop. And doop. Blind and strike. Doesn't have fun. Okay. Character who selects this talent gains blinding critical as a bonus feat, even if it doesn't meet the prerequisites. Character that selects this talent gains a bonus combat feat. You can take this talent multiple times, each time selecting a different one. Okay. That's right. He gets a familiar too. I really want to give him a chicken. Bonus stealth. We'll go give him stealth. Meow. I'm not done. Gain a +1 bonus on all saving throws. You also gain a number of additional hit points. It will make him a little bit more beefier then. Okay. A little bit more beefier. What are we using weapon, my friend? 4 to 13 damage. Okay. It's a two-handed great axe. I mean, it's awesome looking. Here, have it. Have it. But then I'm only giving him 1 hit there, aren't I? Where with this he gets 2 hits, correct? Pretty sure that's how it works. Or a light armor kind of guy. I never really know if that's better. I mean, the armor class it's the base armor that gets me. When aware of this, +4, which you would think is better. Padded armor is hit by a sneak attack or attack of opportunity. The attacker must, well, you know, stick it on. It looks good. Not gonna lie. He's wearing a natural armor one. I've got a +2. Have a +3. What have we got him down as? Strength? Does he need any intelligence? My friend, do you need intelligence? Whenever aware of this ring, 10-foot companion wears the same ring. I don't actually have another ring. Okay. This amulet is the form of the snake, grants the wearer +2 DC. And poison spells, all ray spells deal additional. Cool. I kind of want to get my hat. Wear that hat. You look fabulous, darling. Just fabulous. Okay. Amber out. Greybor in. Anyone else? Except. Trying to figure where's the easiest place to get to. To the top again. Go battleless. No. And in all honesty, I still haven't exactly found where I'm meant to be going. So we're still kind of looking around. Also, Nocticular has offered to give us a airship to go to wherever we need to go. Should be interesting. Like, I'm really looking forward to seeing what this next part of this act gives me.
Will guide us.
Okay. Yeah, I need to be very careful up here because everyone wants to attack me. We haven't explored up here very well. I'm not entirely sure why. But we'll head towards there. Please don't hurt me. Okay. I'm just scared that I'm going to constantly be attacked. No one likes me. Right, place of incest and degenerate. Oh, House of the Wicked Knowledge. What do you know? The lock is familiar. These locks are used by monster traders from Ketapesh, who want to ensure their most powerful beasts stay in their cages. Can't be forced. For one delicate twist of a knife and... done. A hunt is a clash between the hunter's cunning and the shrewdness of the prey. When the prey expects a trap, the hunter's acumen is put to the test in trying to subvert such expectations. Willidus proven he understands this fundamental principle. The commander bursts through the door and freezes. And for all the tales about the mansion supposedly becoming a citadel, no one is there to assault the unwanted guests. There are no flying arrows, no chilling battle cries, and the expensive furniture hasn't even turned into makeshift barricades. The commander and her companions carefully examine the luxurious antechamber. There are 2 doors leading deeper into the mansion. One bears a symbol of a mirror, and the other a symbol of the knife. There is a bloody pigeon feather in front of the doors, and a note that contains 2 words. Welcome, assassin. The commander recalls that the bloody feather is a symbol of Shax, the Blood Marquis. This demon lord is infamous for luring his victims into labyrinths full of deadly traps. The door shuts loudly behind her. The commander enters the door with the mirror symbol. Stepping through the doorway, the commander suddenly feels nauseous, and an icy chill runs across her skin. Her intuition screams that she had just passed through an interplanar portal, and she instantly loses all sense of direction and balance. It seems the rooms of this mansion occupy different layers of reality, and these portals unite them into an elaborate labyrinth. There, a single wrong turn is enough to lose one's way entirely. Greed and arrogance are traits inherent to almost all demons, and the lord of this mansion seems eager to prove himself without equal in the indulgence of both these vices. The door leads into a magnificent sitting room. It hasn't been furnished in a manner indicative of taste or refinement. It hasn't been the lamp reflections sparkle on the gilded furniture. The floor is covered in an elaborate mosaics. The shelves are full of expensive trinkets. As if all the luxury wasn't enough, the whole room is reflected back again in the giant mirror that covers the entire ceiling. As soon as the commander enters, the mirror's surfaces ripple, starting to bubble and bulge and ooze like molasses, sends its stickly tendrils towards the outsiders, and a single touch from those appendages pierced the flesh with a sepulchral chill. We'll do stealth. We're gonna looks around searching for cover. After a quick, thoughtful glance at her reflection, Titania Von Shire hides under a spindle-legged coffee table. As soon as her reflection disappears from the glittering surface of the mirror, the disoriented tentacles start lunging blindly in different directions, unable to locate their prey. Hidden from the watchful eye of the monster, the commander sneaks towards the exit. There are 3 doors that lead out from the room occupied by the strange carnivorous mirror. The commander decides to open the one bearing the symbol of pair of scales. No matter how gleefully the lord of this place mutilates flesh, he is first and foremost a scientist. And a scientist, by definition, is a madman who can put to shame any giggling maniac with a knife. Therefore, it comes as no surprise that his laboratory is furnished with care and order, and there is no hint of tawdry luxury found in the other rooms. There is a multitude of flasks and vials with potions resting on the table, and cupboards are full of jars containing brains of all shapes and colours. As soon as the door closes behind the commander, a huge silvery autoclave opens with a wheezing clang, emitting a wave of foul-smelling brine. A hideous homunculus covered in glistening slime crawls out of the autoclave. Its liquid, malleable body constantly grows new limbs, eyes, and mouths, absorbing the bits and pieces it no longer requires. It seems the monster can't decide what shape it will take. It stares at the commander with a malevolent intelligence. It seems it has had better mental faculties than most alchemically produced creatures. The homunculus giggles repulsively as it grabs a vial full of acid and aims it at the commander's head. We're gonna, I don't know. I'm gonna scare it off. Titania Von Shire takes a deep breath, produces a frightening roar. The homunculus wails in 3 different voices and flees rapidly. Its multitude of thin little legs meld to produce two stout, muscular ones, before turning into a flexible tail of a snake. The homunculus finds a narrow hole and crawls inside, continues to whimper as it peers out with its saucer-like eyes. Stepping over the wreckage of the expensive lab equipment and the shattered glass, the commander pauses before the three doors and eventually chooses the one with the symbol of a full moon. The commander enters a magnificent bedroom and ends up knee-deep in a seemingly bottomless pile of soft blankets, fuzzy rugs, plump feather beds, and other covers of all sorts and shapes. They allure and promise sweet dreams, if only Titania Von Shire would lie down and close her eyes. It's a dangerous temptation. Anyone who allows these fluffy killers to put them to sleep won't wake up ever again. They crawl over their victim, piling up around them, and then suffocate and smother them to death. The carving through a feather bed with her blade, the commander sees glistening flesh, and a thick ichor oozes out from the rend in the fabric. Yet no book has ever mentioned such a strange or bizarre creature. The commander can only guess that this is the result of a strange experiment on some predatory swarm organism that disguises itself as something as harmless, and then preys on those that lure us close. The commander decides that the best decision would be to find a way and destroy the leader of this strange swarm. The rug bleeds when carved up with a blade. They are a swarm, or a pack, and therefore may have a leader. Titania Von Shire surges forward, allowing the hungry mass to smother and bury her under its weight, while she doggedly presses ahead. At last, she finds a large purple cluster of flesh that resembles a giant brain. When touched, it wobbles and quivers like jelly. Titania Von Shire splits it open with a single decisive blow, and the wounded creature emits a barely audible, high-pitched squeal. The rug swarm bulges and convulses in pain, dying in terrible agony. It would seem these creatures had an invisible link, and destroying the brain doomed the whole brood. The commander decides to search the place. Who knows what secret compartments have been hidden beneath this repulsive mass of fabric and flesh? The search reveals a disguised niche, and inside it is a stack of papers. These are journals of a mad surgeon who researched the brains of living creatures. The experiment described on these pages are repulsive, as they are enlightening for anyone who isn't too squeamish to finish reading. Two doors with two different symbols lead from the master bedroom. The commander decides she would rather take a chance to decide which one. A blazing fire. The commander finds herself in a long, stone passage. No traps are triggered by her careful steps, yet at the end of the passage her vision grows blurry. The illusion of safety falls apart like the House of Cards, revealing an endless fiery field, ashen mountains, rivers of lava, and magmatic volcanoes. Hot wind scorches her face. It is not difficult to conclude that this deadly place is the elemental plane of fire. Ash and volcanic rock tremble beneath the commander's feet. But walking on it seems safe enough, for now. The only escape route is the distant freeway arch of rough-hewn stones, containing 3 familiar doors. However, in order to reach it, the commander must find a way past the river of fire, in which tiny islets of porous stone are just barely visible. The river spews out tongues of roaring flame that land on the banks, and then crystallize into jagged, dark glass. As a result, both banks of the river have become steep, jagged cliffs of obsidian. The commander has nothing left to do but to get to the other side by jumping from islet to islet. Titania Von Shire spots several tiny islets in the river of lava and deftly jumps from one to another, avoiding the scorching caress of the boiling magma. She manages to reach the other side of the fire river and climbs up the steep slope. After reaching the stone portals, the commander has to decide which of the 3 doorways to enter. Eventually, she settles on the one with the symbol of a full moon. Oh, we're back here again, so yeah, we'll go back to the bedroom. So, the assortment of rugs, hides, and covers are piled up on the floor like carrion heap. They do not look as attractive as they once did. An odorless bile leaches out from the tears in the fabric, which is now nothing more than a knee-high pile of dead flesh and carrion. The 2 doors with different symbols lead from the master bedroom. The commander decides she'd rather take her chances behind the door with a boiling cauldron. The commander walks into an enormous kitchen. There are massive cauldrons with shiny polished sides, and a tiny green flame flickers within a magical oven. The aroma of delicious spices beckons from the countless cupboards and shelves that line the walls. However, as soon as the commander enters the room, the cauldron's lid flies up in the air, blown off in a powerful explosion. A nasty greyish-pink slime oozes out of the open cauldrons, swelling up like dough. The slime flows down into the floor, gathering up into massive clotted clusters, which then begin to crawl towards the commander. Titania Von Shire has never seen or read about such creatures before. It is reasonable to suggest that this was the outcome of a complicated and perverted magical experiment. This carnivorous slime was captured in a cave, subjected to magical transformation, and fed entirely with brain tissue. The commander... searched the kitchen for a poisonous concoction to use against the carnivorous slime. Avoiding the slime's attacks, Titania Von Shire rummages in the drawers until she finds what she is looking for. A few copper flasks filled with a caustic salt. She jumps on the table and generously spills the salt around herself. The moment a single grain of salt lands on the slimy monster, the creature begins to bubble, darken, and shrivel. In a matter of moments, all that remains of the creature is a glistening, oily film on the floor. After meticulously examining the food on the undisturbed shelves, the commander decides to rest. She takes the opportunity to recuperate and bandage her wounds. It is thinking ahead, rather than rushing forward recklessly, that separates able tacticians from those who rashly press on and perish. The 2 doors lead from the kitchen, where it is apparently easier to be eaten than to eat. The commander chooses the one that is marked with the symbol of a blazing fire. The commander steps through the door and enters the boundless burning plain where fire reigns supreme. The door vanishes into thin air. The ashen mountains reach up to the scarlet skies and cry tears of molten metal. Somewhere ahead, beyond the roaring river of lava, Titania Von Shire can see a 3-way stone arch. Just do the mobility again. To get to the other side, jump in the inlets. So, jump in the inlets. Oh, there's a rod now. After reaching the stone portals, the commander has decided which of the 3 doors to enter. Eventually, she settles on the door with the rod. The door doesn't budge. The commander forces it open with her weight and enters the same hall where this dangerous expedition first began. The cozy, comfortable setting in no way hints at the nightmares that awaited the commander inside the mansion. The door outside is wide open, and through the doorway a dark figure can be seen, clutching weapons. All of this was nothing but a warm-up. The final, decisive battle is still to come. The commander prepares for a fight as she steps outside the accursed mansion. The leader of this gang of demons is grotesquely disfigured, even by the standards of the Abyss. A disproportionately large and bloated head rests on a tiny disformed body covered in bumps and furrows, like a shriveled walnut. What seems at first to be a mane of hair standing up on end is revealed upon closer inspection to be bone needles sticking out from his pale, blistered skin. Where the mouth should be, there is instead a bony plate, formed from yellowing teeth that have grown together. It protrudes out from his torn, lacerated lips. His voice appears to come from a slobbering, undiluting hole in his neck, just beneath his chin.
bloody love is showing up at my place. I'm getting very tired of these visits.
What a freak. Even I feel somewhat conflicted. Would killing this creature be an act of cruelty or mercy? I do not wish to show mercy to the scum that set me up. Who are you? A snort of derision escapes from the creature's throat, and he makes a dismissive gesture with his hand, his dirty nails curling into a long, thin spiral.
You don't even know who you've decided to challenge. Let these words herald your imminent death, outsider. I am Willidus the Wizard, confidant and advisor to the Lady in Shadow. I am also known as the Vivisector.
Greybor smirks, not bothering to hide his contempt. So many words. I'll simply call you corpse. Less impressive sounding, perhaps, but easy to remember. Why did you turn your house into a trap?
I was expecting assassins, and therefore I prepared a warm welcome for such guests. I trust that you appreciated my vivarium. When I am finished with you, you'll become new decorations for my palace, and another test for those who would follow. You will be mine. Some of you will be mindless pets, and more attractive ones. I may use you to meet other needs.
The monstrosity giggles lecherously, and the sound is shrill and repulsive like metal against glass. Did you create the monsters I found in the mansion? The demon cackles with glee and replies scornfully,
You call them monsters, silly girl. What can you possibly know about it? Those masterpieces of vivisection, impossible creations conceived not by nature, but born of my scalpel, needle, and magics.
So, who do you think wants you dead?
My enemies are many and dangerous, and I could spend an eternity guessing. But there is no need for that. Once I've killed you, I'll soak your warm little brains in my concoctions and read the names of my enemies like tea leaves in their wrinkled patterns. And then I'll have a lovely dinner.
There is a greedy, predatory gleam in those tiny eyes buried deep within the folds of wrinkled flesh. Why did you put a hit out on Darazazan and give Greybor a faulty magical weapon? The demon hisses in frustration, and spittle flying from the hole in his neck.
Nonsense! Why would I want that idiot dead? What possessed him to think I'm the one who put the hit out on him? And how dare you pathetic amateurs even think that a scheme of mine may possibly fail? If I truly wanted to kill Darazazan, it'd be long gone. And no, I don't give a damn about anyone from that swarm of locusts.
I expected such an answer. For some reason, whenever I corner these scoundrels and demand a reckoning, none of them are brave enough to own up to their crimes. And they never go quietly when I slit their throats. What do you think, Greybor? The dwarf shrugs and says thoughtfully, Usually, I'm quite capable of detecting lies. But this ugly wretch is impossible to read. And why does it matter anyway? Even if he's not lying, we'd do it well to get rid of him. He just tried to kill us in his mansion. Besides, will you ever sleep well knowing this monstrosity is alive somewhere? Your words reek of deceit. The demon's cloudy eyes flare with anger, and his smug giggle gives way to a low, menacing growl.
Soon we shall find out what tiny, ridiculous, worm-eating brain smells like. Kill her!
The dwarf grins ominously, and as he looks at the demon, there is no mercy in his eyes. I won't lie, I've been waiting for this moment. Tomorrow morning, my reputation will be spotless once again. Sweet dreams.
Defeat is not an option.
This better not be difficult. We should have saved it. Just saying, should have saved it. Let us do this.
Rating.
Great. Oh, he succeeded! She did not, though. Ugh.
Amranda Dractor.
God damn it, Wolf Jeff. I don't know. And I was like, we might die.
Adayan.
I'm pondering what to do.
Simply
Yeah,
business.
he's not gonna. Ouchies! Mind you, are you puppets with wings? Because that's kind of awesome.
I will resist.
We really need to do something with Jeff. Jeff is going to be an issue.
The light take you.
No.
Oh, they're in trouble.
Patrizio Turinos.
How many of us are going to fall over?
Matricium Turinos.
Oh, really? Of course, you've got wings. Of course. I should have cast it on someone else. Mind you, though, they've all got wings, so it would have been... Fair enough, fair enough, fair enough, fair enough.
It's your time to cease to exist.
Stop it, stop it, stop it, stop it, stop it.
Forgive me.
That was rude.
This will leave a
This is, yeah, oh, this is not good. Ay. I feel like I need true sight. I think I need Nenio here.
I'm all right. I'm all right.
No, are you really alright though? Are you though?
You're in my way.
right, that flying doggo needs to
Victory
go.
is worth the pain.
Wow. Oh no.
The plan was...
Please, help me!
Yeah. Not good. Not good. Huh. How do I do this? Load it from here? I think we might have to. That took a while to get back here. and I made it slightly easier, and I don't mean by resetting any of the difficulties. The vampires that were over in this area, you know, I'm kind of showing you here, in this area, I killed them on my way in. I know I didn't record it, but, you know, I didn't think you'd want to just see that fight, but I won. I just hope that I don't regret using everything I used. No, we're good. We're good. And we're full. Ooh, okay. So we're better off. Kind of. Most of our spells are used, but it's fine. We're not up against like a bajillion. And our Shadow Demon bro stayed. I do love it when they get bounced back. It's satisfying.
No glory without risk! Amranda gratior.
Oh, Wolf Jiff, no, Wolf Jiff, bad Wolf Jiff. We'll heal him, it's fine. Oh no! Bad Darian! No Darian! Rude Darian! Aw, this could actually be... We need to do this quick.
The light take you!
That was me moving away. Let's move our way as well. Greybor! Sealer.
The inheritors guide my blade!
I got this. This is fine. Hey. They're all a little spicy. Oh wait, you're not spicy anymore. Can I heal? Heal, heal, heal. Who am I healing? This spicy. And I'm like, I want to run away from Wolf Jib because Wolf Jib's scary.
I will resist.
Will you? She is kind of slightly a little bit hurt, so it's fine. Smite young evil and then
Into
get
the
him in the back.
fray.
Simply business.
Cover me, all right?
Could be here a while.
The light take you.
All right, well, maybe not too for a while. Take this, Willowdus. Missed.
Prepare yourself.
Conceal, which is annoying. Bop him.
It's your time to cease to exist.
Okay, don't bop him. Everyone's fine. Everyone's just a little spicy. It's like I'll pick on someone I can hit. Pop him.
The inheritor. Guide
again.
my blade.
And again. And again. What this? The projection is that of a tall female demon. Unlike many of her kind, she seems slimmer and less stocky in build. Upon closer examination, you realize that her thinness is caused by extreme emaciation, which makes her look like a withered tree. The skin on her neck and her wrists bear the mark of shackles, and her body is covered with flaming seals of Baphomet. Lowering her eyes, the demon addresses you quietly. Allow me to congratulate you. The short work you've made of Willowdus proves you are a true professional. I'm Horsala, and on behalf of the Assassin's Guild, I congratulate Greybor on completing this contract. You have fulfilled the order we received for Willowdus's murder, and therefore you have the right to collect bounty. Even though you are not a guild member yourself, I'm sure you also have many questions about what happened. I doubt your guild is hard to find. I doubt our guild is hard to find. There is a notice board at its entrance where the assassination contracts are posted. Who are you? I am Horsala, Baphomet's daughter. The projection looks you in the eye and adds in an aggrieved whisper, Horsala, not Hepsamira. She is my elder sister. But I doubt you're able to appreciate the true extent of my misfortune. I am also known in Al-Shinara as the assistant and right hand of Yoz, the head of the Assassin's Guild. Do you know what happened here? I may know a thing or two, but we should discuss these matters inside the guild, not in public. Who's going to overhear us? The corpses? Why don't you come here and speak to us face to face instead of projecting an illusion? Or are you afraid we won't like your answers and will make you join Willidus? At the sight of the demon's sour expression, Greybor gives an aggressive snort. I will pay a visit to the Assassin's Guild soon. Thank you for your answer. The bounty awaits. Oh, loot! I do like a bounty. Do you think it's millions of gold? Now, I'm not sure what reward awaits us, but I truly hope it's a considerable sum of gold, and not the meager payment served up at the end of the blade. Exactly. I think you're looking at this entirely wrong. That, Horsella, doesn't seem anything like her sister. Perhaps there's loads of money. Are we still a little bit... Yeah, we're a little bit confused. Hold on. We're a little bit confused.
Oh, the waiting's never fun.
Can we not be a little bit confused?
Patrizio Turino! Patrizio
I think
Turino!
we're okay now, though. I don't think we're confused.
Rules are made to be broken.
Assassin's Guilds. Nice. Ooh. All the oohs. Ooh. We got Cloak of Resistance 4, which I would very much like to wear. We have Protection Ring of 4, which I would like to wear. This amulet grants a 4 morale bonus to the wearer's initiative attack checks. I would like to give that to Sela. Would I? Would I? I don't know. I would like to rest, so the Assassin's Guild. I think I found the Assassin's Guild in... I say I found. I didn't find it. I did... Oh, dear me. Here we go. I think I seen it in the lower district. I think I did. I'm not too sure. I remember it in the lower district. Maybe I was going to say, please tell me. Alright,
We march ahead.
Have a little snooze. Have a little snooze.
You are a skilled tactician, Greybor. You should be serving as an officer, not fighting in the vanguard.
No, commanding isn't for me. I can't help it. I just love working with my hands.
Once again in there, nitty gritty. We'll see what Greybor has to say about all this. Greybor nods to you politely, and as always, wisps of sweet smoke rise from his pipe. Can I help you, Commander? It looks like someone wanted to avoid getting their own hands dirty, so they manipulated you into killing Willidus instead. Greybor gives a grim chuckle and clenches his fist. If this someone who's trying to play games with me is not going to give me a satisfactory explanation for all this, well, let's just say they've chosen a foolproof way to ensure their own demise. Okay? We're still taking him with us, obviously, because, we've got to go pick up a bounty. Like I said, I'm pretty sure it's in the lower district. I think. I don't actually think I have found the assassins.
Our path leads on.
To the Grim Mansion, we've been in there. Pretty sure we have. I don't know where the assassins... She said there was a notice board. I don't see a notice board anywhere.
I will guide us.
Oh, wait. Alright, oh, I'm trying to... Where am I trying to climb? Oh, there. Okay. Down. lights. Smart house. Portal.
I don't know where it is.
I have to Google it. Excuse me, does anyone know where the Assassin's Guild is?
Without a doubt.
Have I really, truly not noticed this before? No, how do you get the... How did I not notice a freaking door appearing here?
We march ahead.
How did I not notice this door appearing? Okay. Hello, Boulder. There's Horsella. Don't think we have much to discuss. You have fulfilled your task and thus are no longer of interest to me. We're going to split the yours then. The demon standing before you clearly has a penchant for jewelry. His fingers are covered in rings. 3 gold chains encircle his neck, and 4 bejeweled earrings sparkle in each of his ears. However, such exquisite adornments are not enough to hide the fact that he is a hardened warrior and a ruthless killer. His face and hands are covered in long, badly healed scars, and he moves as gracefully as the most skilled swordsman. The demon's lip curl in a satisfied sneer as he greets you loudly. Look who's here! It's the arrogant Galorian who disposed of our poor Willidus. He catches your eye and frowns slightly, giving a pointed glance towards his bodyguards. You aren't about to do something really stupid and start a massacre here, right? Can we just talk? This horn thing is one of yours, isn't it? Orzella? Yes, this little demoness is one of my most useful servants. Besides, it's so very prestigious to have a daughter of Baphomet working under you. Yoz glances at the horned demon with a mix of condescension and possessiveness. She stares fixedly at the floor. Yes, master, I am your servant. For a fleeting moment, you notice a shadow of angry displeasure cross her face, and a spark of fear flashes in Yoz's eyes, like a boy who realizes he's gone too far when testing the patience of his parents. Who are you? The leader of this gang of assassins? The demon gives a dignified nod. Yes, and I am proud of it. The abyss is full of butchers and monsters, so anyone who chooses to be an assassin among monsters and butchers commands a high level of respect. If they live long enough to make a name for themselves, of course, my guild attracts assassins from many planes. No one hires us for the simple things, like murdering noisy neighbors or cutting the throat of a cheating merchant. As I'm sure you know, it's easier and cheaper to do that yourself. And there's no need to get assassins involved. No. If someone turns to an assassin, it means that the victim is a dangerous, cunning, and well-protected target. And I've heard a lot about you, Yoz. You're the head of the highly reputable guild that operates on many planes beside the Abyss. Many of my colleagues would consider it an honor to work alongside you, unlike myself. Tell me the truth right now. Yoz raises his hands apologetically. Several rings glitter on his fingers. Fine, fine. I was the one who actually gave Greybor assignments. I needed to light a little fire underneath this cauldron where so many minions of demon lords are being mixed together. I ordered him to murder those demons in Kenabreus, and I put the hit out on Darazaland. Although that ugly idiot didn't bother me at all. But he was an ugly idiot indeed. An vengeful one to boot. That's why I gave Greybor a dagger that was only supposed to wound the Balor. And that is why using Willidus' name was important. It was the perfect hand of cards. Darazazan survived after suffering a painful, humiliating wound by a mortal's hand. No offense, of course. The Balor couldn't simply let that go. And so he started a vendetta against Willidus, dragging other Discarites into it. And that was my goal all along, because Willidus was my real target. A target that was very difficult to reach. Yoz seems to revel in his own cleverness. He smirks and smiles with smug satisfaction. The dwarf gives a grim chuckle, whispers loudly enough to be heard. People like you are why us assassins have such lousy reputations. No respect for agreements. Greybor mutters darkly. Staying quiet, Commander. I'll have a few words to say to this fellow when the time is right. You are the head of the Assassin's Guild. Why didn't you send your underlings after Willidus? Yoz grimaces slightly and replies with visible displeasure. Who says I didn't? I lost a number of capable killers. Collects himself quickly and the arrogant smile returns to his face. And yet, as you can see, I found a more elegant and economical way to execute this plan. I won't lie to you, this kind of plotting makes me very proud of my own guile. My assistants made sure that every lava in this city knew about the bounty on Willidus' head. I knew that Greybor returned to Alishanara and decided to use him. Once more, just like poor Darazazan, he had no idea he was merely a pawn of mine, just as I envisioned. Didn't linger and paid Willidus a visit. I had no doubt that Paranoic would try to kill everyone who crossed his doorstep, and I expected you to overcome him. And I was right! Greybor snorts derivatively. I thought your guild had the best contractors. After hearing your story, they sound like amateurs to me. Why did you do all of this? For money and power, of course. This has been my primary motivation for many years now. Somebody wanted that old woodlouse dead, and clever Yoz has fulfilled their wish, with the expectations of being showered in privileges and treasures. You're getting a share of those privileges and treasures, by the way. I trust you're not going to refuse the reward provided for freelance operatives. Trust me, the sum is considerable. Yoz turns his attention to Greybor and adds, I haven't forgotten about you either. You'll be rewarded in proportion to your truly astonishing lethality. Oh, I'll take the gold, don't you worry. Yeah, I'll take the gold. The demon flashes his perfect sharp teeth and then snaps his fingers, and suddenly a thick purse appears in front of you, smelling of exquisite perfume. I had no doubt we'd come to an understanding. After all, we share a common language, the language of gold. Since it was my reputation that was damaged as a result of this plot, I considered it fair to lay claim to 20% of the total fee. That's only fair. Greybor nods and gives a grunt of satisfaction. I appreciate your integrity when it comes to business, Titania Von Shire. As for you, Greybor, you've proven your competence. As a token of an apology, allow me to offer you membership of my Assassin's Guild. Consider it the recognition of your talents that you have long desired. I promise you a prestige, respect, and truly staggering fees. Of course, I won't demand that you serve your current contract. You may claim your well-deserved place in our guild when it expires. So then, what do you say? Will I be welcoming you to the big league? Greybor turns to you with very serious expression. His voice is reserved and formal. Titania Von Shire, we are bound by an active agreement, and therefore I must consult your opinion on this invitation. Are you truly prepared to throw your lot in with the demons? With a heavy sigh, the dwarf looks you straight in the eye. Is there really much difference between me and them? They are the product of the worst parts of our mortal souls. They are sin incarnate. Many say the same about me. I was never a coward, so I'm able to admit my soul is black and evil. I murder others for money, and I will never become a respectable member of society, a friend, or a father. But I'm tired of asking forgiveness for what I am. Here, I will not be judged for my profession. Greybor clenches his fists and mutters through gritted teeth. I am not the freak or monster they think me back on Glorian. How dare they hire me to murder their enemies and then despise me for my profession? They'll treat me differently in the Abyss. The demons respect my skills. They will treat me as a professional, not a criminal or a blackguard. It's strange to say this, but I don't feel out of place here. Have you thought about quitting the business? And become what? A farmer? A butler? Or maybe an innkeeper? One of those who tell tall tales about their adventurous youth to drunk patrons? My soul is what of a wanderer and a killer. My art is my only source of pride, and abandoning it will make me useless in my own eyes. Believe me, I already tried to settle down and find an honest job. Nothing good came from it. I will quit my profession only when I am judged by Pharasma herself. It's your decision to make. It is his decision to make, but you know what? I don't think he should join. Don't even think about joining this scum. Frowning grimly, Greybor clenches his pipe between his teeth and gives a curt nod. We have an agreement. While it remains active, you have the right to oppose my decision. Who would I be if I didn't respect agreements? A common psychotic butcher. He avoids meeting your gaze as he lights his pipe, his fingers trembling slightly. With a snort of disappointment, Yoz fixes Greybor with a point stare. It's a pity. You have potential, Greybor. If you ever choose to change employers, remember my offer. Yoz gives a bored yawn. And there is a note of finality to his voice. Well, this was very enlightening conversation, but I see no reason why we should continue. You've received your answers and should probably be on your way. Meanwhile, I should get back to plotting another bloody and violent murder. Have a good day. After a suspicious glance in Yoz's direction, Greybor turns to you. Indeed, this was an unexpected meeting. If you want to discuss what happened privately, I'm at your service, Commander. Whole bunch of assassins. Tiger of Sin, who are you? There's lots of Tigers of Sins. Okay. Well, we will be leaving. Good day to you. That takes us up just again. To the flesh markets! Why isn't there a portal over here? I wonder if we picked right. I'm trying to save this man's soul. I have no reason to save his soul. I'm not overly keen on him as a character, but you know, let's go find Greybor. Perhaps I should thank you for your help. You assisted me in dealing with all of Yoz's schemes, even though you didn't need to do so. I am grateful for that. Can you explain to me just what kind of mess we're involved ourselves in? Greybor pauses for a moment, and then slowly begins to explain. An anonymous client ordered Yoz, the head of the Assassin's Guild of Al-Shanara, to kill Willidus. He tried to take the target down several times, but Willidus turned out to be quite a tough nut to crack. When Yoz gave me a new anonymous assignment, kill Darazazan and tell him what Willidus sent him, his best regards. However, Yoz gave me a weapon that could only wound Darazazan and kill him. He hoped it would provoke Darazazan and make him angry enough to kill Willidus himself. Of course, you killed Darazazan before he even had a chance to do anything else. When Yoz found out that we were both in the Abyss, and that I had to be eager to talk to Willidus, he started to give me hints as to where to find this fellow. We lived up to his expectations. Willidus died, and I'm sure you remember what happened next as well as I do. So, we killed Willidus for no reason. The dwarf smirks cynically. Well, it depends on how you look at it. Was he to blame for the damage to my reputation? No. Was he an utterly disgusting creature whose face practically begged me to sink an axe into it? Did he try to kill us in his own manner? Were the creatures we encountered in said manner the most atrocious and perverted things I've ever met? The answer to all these questions is yes. I don't think anyone is going to cry themselves to sleep over his death, and neither should we. Your reputation has been restored. How do you feel? There's a spark of amusement in the dwarf's eyes. I feel at peace. Now people will think twice before attempting to ruin my good name. I'm grateful my companions didn't leave me to deal with this by myself, even though they had every right to do so. So while I am used to working alone, I appreciate a team I can trust. It's good to have someone who's got my back. Who cares about reputation anyway? People are always wagging their tongues. It might not matter as much to you as it does to me, but a vagabond like myself can only rely on 3 things in life: his good name, his sharp blade, and his sturdy boots. Do you regret that I kept you from joining yours and his Assassin's Guild? The dwarf gives an impassive shrug. It was a good opportunity for me, but you had the right to stop me. You exercised that right, and I had to fulfill my obligations. Whatever feelings I may or may not have about the situation remain entirely my own business. Well, I'm glad to see you're not upset about it then, and I think everything is clear. But your reputation has been restored. Are you satisfied? Greybor gives you a bow, and his voice is full of feeling. I am, and truly value your assistance in this delicate matter, but we'd best keep an eye on that conniver, Yoz. My instinct tells me that this is not the last time he'll give us trouble. Indeed.